What is up, guys? Level Up Sports Betting here, back with the sixth game show of the year so far. We've got Kevin Davis, Boogie Down Picks, one of the Level Up cappers. He'll be going up against William Cunningham to the right of me. So we've got five different bets for each person. Gave $25 to William to make those bets with $5 units. And we're going to see if William has what it takes to beat Kevin. These games were only bet on for the 7 o'clock and 7:30 games in basketball. So those games that they bet on have already started, and we're going to break it all down for you guys. But first, before that we continue, definitely check out the Discord in the description box below. All the content, all of the great analysis, and all of the plays, all the official plays are down in that Discord with tons of analysis and a great community there as well. Below me, you can see the Level Up official picks. These are picks that haven't started yet. The games haven't been played yet. You guys want to get in some action. These are some of the plays down below. But without further ado, let's talk about Kevin's picks first. And we've done this now 5 times already. We have 3 regular bets, which are money line, spread, or total bets. And then the other 2 are just different wild card bets that might want to be looked at and wagered on. So Kevin, we got 2 wild card bets, and you have 3 other bets. And we'll start here: the Clippers third quarter money line, Hawks third quarter money line, Western Michigan NIU under 132.5, Alabama minus 10.5, and IPFW plus 7.5. Going with 2 third quarter money lines. A lot of people might ask you why the heck you're doing that, because you haven't watched the first half. So give us a little bit of a rundown of why you took all these bets and a little bit more in depth on why third quarter money lines.
So, yeah, the quarter money lines or spread bets are really good to make because you can look at team statistics, average scoring margin based on quarter. Because usually when they set the lines, they don't do it so much based on their quarter performance, but usually they take the spread and divide it by 4. So the Clippers are the second best average scoring margin in the third quarter in the NBA at plus 2.5. And the Celtics are a pretty good team, but they have a negative average scoring margin of minus 0.3 in the third quarter. And you can get the third quarter money line pretty close to the regular game money line odds at minus 133. So that's why I like that. The Hawks against the Heat. Both seem to be evenly matched teams, although Atlanta's playing slightly better this year. The Hawks have the 7th best third quarter differential, plus 1.6, whereas the Heat are basically break even at minus 0.1. So sometimes, these statistics are the chance, but the third quarter, I think, mainly reflects teams' tendencies because both teams rested for a full half, at the halftime, and this is how they decide to play the third quarter typically. So that's why I trust those 2 teams in the third quarter.
Fair. Then you want to go on to those college basketball plays. First, you got the Western Michigan NIU game, and I think we looked at the first half, and I think we agreed that this is going to be a sweat. So, talk about what might be going on in this game that might be different from what the angle that you're looking at.
So, the first thing I look at when looking at a total is not how good the teams are at scoring and how often they go over the last couple of games. I look at the pace, because if you have a slow pace, then you have fewer opportunities, to score. If you have a fast pace, you have more opportunities to score. So that's why, for example, the Alabama-Auburn game, you have 2 fast-paced teams, you have a high total. Now, for this game, you have the MAC, which is one of the worst college basketball conferences, and you have 2 of their worst teams, Western Michigan, Northern Illinois. And both teams are horrendous at defense. One of them's horrendous at offense, and the other is okay at offense, but they're both slow-tempo teams. So, efficiency stats are good to look at. They may seem confusing when you see 1.03, but basically that means per possession how many points do they score on average. So That's why I like that. Essentially, they're not going to play as many possessions as usual. It is a very low total, but right now it doesn't seem to be going my way because Western Michigan, for example, I think it's 53% from 3-point. They can't keep it up. On the other hand, Northern Illinois is 34% for field goals and 33% for free throws. So it's going to be interesting to see how that ends up. That was my thinking behind that total.
And then the Alabama, that game so far, you saw that Auburn was going to be without Sharif Cooper, and of course Powell out with the concussion. So you saw that play out, and you liked Alabama in this spot. So give us more of a rundown of why you took Alabama right here.
Well, I like to stir up the pot, and I saw that William was picking Auburn, and I wanted to see if he might be wrong. So I thought, okay, it seems like the right line so far. I don't know if I have the guts to go with Alabama, but then I looked at the injury report, and Auburn had 2 injuries. One was, definite, and the other was doubtful. The doubtful means doubtful. That there's doubt. It doesn't mean probable. It doesn't mean, they have all this nuance. So I look them up. I go on College Basketball Reference, and I look up the win share numbers, which is theoretically how many wins does a player produce just by going on. So you don't just look at the basic stats, how much they score, etc. Because you can get a crappy player scoring a lot of points because nobody else is good on the team, or they take too many points. And the 2 leaders in win shares per 48 minutes on Alabama for regular playing players were those 2 players that are out, who are regular starters. So I thought, okay, that's going to have a regular impact. Alabama is a high tempo team, so even though it's a big spread, there may be enough possessions in the game for them to really blow open a big lead. And that was my rationale behind picking Alabama.
And then lastly,
well, it's like making some controversy. Let's be real.
Gotta love the controversy here. Last pick for you was the Purdue Fort Wayne plus 7.5. We're looking at that game right now. Cleveland State now up by 7. So we're getting a little bit dicey there. But give us a reasoning on Purdue Fort Wayne and why you elected to go with them for the full game.
Well, now I'm a little tense after hearing that because they were up at the half. But as you say, they're a good first half team, which usually blows in the second half, but loses a close game. So my rationale was basically I view these 2 teams as relatively similar in competitiveness. I like betting on teams that have been lucky to be unlucky and teams that have been unlucky to be lucky. And according to KenPom, basketball analytics site, out of all 357 basketball programs, the second most lucky has been Cleveland State. So I'm like, okay, this is a team that's been lucky. I'm going to bet against them not being lucky. So 7.5 points is a lot of points to cover. College basketball, college football somewhat, but sometimes teams just suck in college football and they mail it in. But basketball, at least they have to at least try for 40 minutes.
Yep. So those are your 5 picks on the day so far. Nothing is completed just yet, but we are getting down to the wire here, and that's why we are on this show to sweat it all out with William and Kevin and see who can end up winning. And of course, if William is able to beat Kevin, he will get a free subscription to Patreon in April when we go back to being paid with baseball approaching, and of course, all the other sports that are continuing, like the NBA and the NHL. And all that, again, can be found in the Discord. That link is in the description box below on YouTube. Now, William, we're going to go to you now. Your picks, Auburn plus 11, Michigan, Illinois over 145, the Clippers first quarter -1, which unfortunately has already lost, but we'll still get your thoughts on that one. And I think you're going to be a little disappointed because I know that you made that pick before knowing about Kawhi Leonard, which probably definitely took a strong left turn on that one. But also Heat -3.5 and the Grizzlies +1. You still have 4 bets to go, and it's still anyone's contest. So give us a rundown of your picks and why you took these.
Yeah, so I'll start with Auburn plus 11. So to me, so I go to the University of Kentucky. I'm I'm a big basketball guy. So I kind of judge these teams. All right, how have they played Kentucky? How do they size up against us? And then I kind of evaluate that. There's also, but just Auburn with Bruce Pearl. Like I'll trust any of his teams to tough out any other team in the country. I think just by any other one. I remember they were playing us. I think it was Thor. It's like he had this 7-footer who will just. I think he had like 5 threes against us. Yeah, that guy's absolute money. But it really is amazing what Nate Oates has done with Alabama over the past 2 or 3 years. But at the same time, it is still Auburn, Alabama, and if I see a line over 10 that I'm there's at least a chance I can't pass up on it. So I'd say that's my reasoning. Then for Michigan, Illinois. Man, I was tempted to take Michigan. I couldn't do like money line because it was like over -200. But the over seemed compelling. I was a little bit more of a narrative play. I can't lie. I just thought big Tuesday night college basketball game. A lot of points can be scored. Going to be a blockbuster. Yeah. But Michigan. I think they're like two or 3 weeks like out of like quarantine now or something like that. So I would think they're more like fired up and fresh. And obviously Illinois just has their forwards are just they're forwards. They have some big boys, that's for sure. So I figured I thought about an under, but I also just I can't bet unders, man. It's something about it, can't do it. But so I thought I would hit over. Grizzlies Wizards. I am pretty big on the Grizzlies. I think John Morant's the future, don't we all? I thought that was going to be a big play. When I saw +1, I thought that was kind of odd because the Wizards have been on a hot streak lately. I think it was like they've won 7 of 9 or something like that, something like or 6, like a large percentage for Wizards. I just don't buy it yet. I think that line was pretty generous towards the Wizards just being on a hot streak more than what that actual talent gap or team chemistry actually is. So I would trust that for Grizzlies to win that. They stack up pretty well physically, which is always big. Looks like it's 71-60 T right now, so that's going pretty well. And then Heat -3.5. When I saw that, it was who was it? It was Cameron Reddish and DeAndre Hunter were out for the Hawks. I don't know. When I saw the line initially, I was pretty interested because I think the Hawks have played a lot of. They screwed me on a lot of bets. I'll say that much.
They've been bad.
They've toasted me a few times. When I saw that line, I thought it was interesting. But then Hunter is such a big part of that team. How many offensive rebounds he gets a game, just kick out to Trae Young, and how many extra points that is. Cam Reddish, obviously, I hate those Dukies, but he's not bad. And the Heat, I saw Jimmy Butler was questionable, but I saw they also
he's not playing.
Yeah. But then I also they beat. I'm pretty sure the Heat beat them like 5 games ago or something, still without Jimmy Butler. So still feasible. And then Clippers Celtics, yikes. The way I do like those like quarter picks are more like I'll go back and read their like last 5 games. And I saw I usually trust the Clippers more than I trust the Lakers, the Celtics by far. I don't really like betting on the Celtics because they can do anything really. They really could just suck as bad as anyone else or be as good as anyone else. It's pretty up in the air for them. Yeah. But I remember I texted my buddy. I was like, dude, I got to play I got a lock right here. And I texted him. And it was like Clippers first half minus the Mavs. You guys remember what happened in that first? It was first half. That's what it was. And it was like 20-6. So a bit of a history with that. So I saw the Celtics were trending down with those with first quarter plays specifically, and that the Clippers had beat some pretty good Eastern Conference teams with in the first quarter. So that seemed like a good play compared to any other kind of stuff I was finding.
Cool. So those are your 5 plays there. Auburn plus 11, Michigan, Illinois over 145, Clippers first quarter. Of course, that has already lost, but still has the Heat minus 3.5 and the Grizzlies plus 1 to sweat out throughout this show. So, looking at the game so far, we'll give an update on all the games that everyone is on so far. The Grizzlies currently up 76 to 64. So Williams is happy about that. The Hawks and Heat, the Hawks leading 39-33, but again, only the second quarter, plenty of time to go, and it's a 2-possession game. So not sweating there just yet in that one. The Clippers Celtics, of course, we're still waiting for Kevin's pick there in the third quarter, as well as the Hawks bet in the third quarter as well. So those are going to come up a little bit later on the show, probably around a little after 9 o'clock. So we'll see those play out, and that will be quite the sweat with those two games kind of ending at around the same time there. What else we got? We got college basketball going. Right now, Illinois is destroying Michigan 55-34, and that's without Ayo. So Illinois bringing it to Michigan. And I kind of said this in the Discord earlier. This was kind of a game that I thought Illinois can win, and Michigan could kind of falter a little bit. Michigan was getting a lot of love, and especially with Ayo out of there, the line was very fishy. And now I'm wishing I made this an official play, but of course I didn't. But we do have Michigan, Illinois over 145 for William right there. Michigan is not really giving it their end there for the over, but you never know what could happen. If they can get back into this game, can definitely get this to be a little bit of a sweater, especially if they get back and get some fouls going in that game.
Yeah.
Alabama,
delicious.
Yeah, you would love that. We're talking overtime when it's a 21-point game. So.
Yeah, making hope.
Then we have Alabama defeating Auburn so far with 11:47 to go in that game. Alabama up 48-37. So right on the cusp right there for both of you guys. Of course, we've got Auburn plus 11 for William. And on the other hand, we have minus 7.5 for Kevin with that game. So definitely a big sweat there. And this game really would be huge for both of you guys. If you can win one, because if you win that one, the other guy loses that one. So, of course, it's big. Looking further on into the other college basketball games here, what do we got? We have Purdue-Fort Wayne still around against Cleveland State, 6:32 to go. It's a 6-point game right there against Cleveland State. That is the Horizon League Championship quarterfinal. So we've got an actual tournament game going on that we're fighting out at the Horizon League, one of the more fun mid-major conferences so far in college basketball. They've been really fun, and they've definitely cashed a lot of over full games for me throughout the entire season. So definitely give a lot of credit to that conference for having some great games there. Moving on, we got Western Michigan, Northern Illinois, 66-55 with 7:37 to go. Of course, we have an under here at 132.5, but that doesn't look too bright at this moment. But we'll see. We got two defenses and two offenses that are all really bad in that game. Could always get in a slump, but doesn't look like Western Michigan is slumping at all today. So I think those are all the games that we're on right now. Again, you can look down below if you want to tell other games by the level up cappers. You got the Spurs plus 102, Michael Porter over 2.5 threes, Giannis over 52.5 points, rebounds, and assists at minus 115, which is a lot. They'll have to go right for Giannis to get there. But Winter Wire likes it there for his three other official plays that haven't started yet. Matty Ice, one of the other cappers, lighting in regulation at minus 112. And, of course, my other bet outside of the Duke bet, Purdue minus 133, which starts at 9 o'clock. So, again, those are all the games that we are on. One of the more intriguing there's a lot of intriguing games today, but looking at some of the games, Ball State is beating Eastern Michigan 80-37 with 10 minutes to go. Ball State on pace for 100-plus points against Eastern Michigan at home. Quite the beatdown there. Another interesting battle. Georgetown destroying Xavier 57-40. Some crazy basketball going on right now. Even in the quarterfinal in the Horizon League, we got Detroit Mercy beating Northern Kentucky 69-66 in the quarterfinal. And this would be considered an upset. So lots of fun things going on right now. lot of interesting things going on. But yep, Jack just said it in the chat. Illinois up 20. Crazy stuff going on in that game. Nobody would have expected that, but can't say nobody expected that Michigan would win because I did expect Michigan to win, and I think even William did too. So really interesting one right there. All right, do you guys want to chime in while I take a little breather? We got Kevin on mute, so we got to take him off mute. Here, now you go, Kevin.
All right, I was just saying to Jason before the show that maybe I should go with Michigan money line. So luckily he talked me out of it.
Yeah, that's. I thought when at that time though, I thought AO was playing. So then because there was somebody on Twitter, I think Marty Mush. He said that he knew, and apparently he didn't know. So that's the last time listening to Marty Mush on any of that. Jeff Goodman's my guy. So
I mean, I just trust the words. If it says questionable or whatever, doubtful.
Yeah, but I feel like that was like for me personally, I thought that was just kind of like a try to keep Michigan off balance, and like they were gonna like screw them, but it didn't happen that way. I was wrong. So, but obviously it's a pretty big miss without AO, but Illinois has done well without him in the first 2 games that they've had to play without him. So it looks like they got a lot of talent on that team, and they're showing it. They're going to be a really really tough team in March Madness, and I think this would be a great time to bring it up. We are going to have a March Madness tournament and a bracket for the Discord community, so that everyone's involved with the chance to win another Patreon subscription there if you're able to win the bracket. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming soon. And when there's not the NCAA tournament to bet on, we still have the NIT, and we still have other baseball like the CPBL that I know Kevin will likely dive into, and I probably will too.
11
on days
days.
I can. So
11 days, Jason.
right. That's what started it all. The CPBL with baseball and getting a little bit more popular through baseball. So that'll be lots of fun. So definitely stay tuned for all of that. Unfortunately, we won't have a live show during the CPBL because the games do start at like 6:00 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. So we won't be doing any show during the CPBL, but we'll definitely be giving out some picks and analysis on that as well. We've got Shaheem in the chat saying, "What's up, guys? What is up, Shaheem?" Shaheem was one of the guys that was on the show earlier and put up a great fight when he had his turn, and we will definitely see him on the show again as well. So we're watching all the shows. We're sweating all the shows. We're watching all the games. We're setting it all out now. Right now, Auburn getting back into the game versus Alabama, 52-45 now, 8:47 to go in that game. So that'll be a big sweat for this group right here because we got Alabama minus 7.5 on one side and Auburn plus 11 on the other side. If you're just tuning in, great stuff going on here. Grizzlies looking really good now, 87-68. So now they're up 19. Still the third quarter, but it is the Washington Wizards we're talking about. So the Grizzlies look like pretty good shape right now in that game. We've got the Clippers, Celtics, 58-55. We'll see how the score ends at halftime, and we're going to be watching that third quarter for Kevin there for the Clippers. Hawks Heat, the Heat are trailing 44-37. But again, it's just halftime, so plenty of time to go in that game for a Heat spread bet. Also, we have the Hawks third quarter again for Kevin there. So we'll see how that goes when the second half begins there. Anything you guys are seeing that I'm missing?
I'm just sweating that Purdue Fort Wayne.
We'll see. So how much? There's 5:13 left to go in that game, and of course it is 55-59. So they are sticking around, but of course any late fouls could definitely change a lot for any of these types of games for sure. Now we got Auburn, just a 5-point game there. So, Kevin, you are definitely sweating a ton with finishes.
How did that become a 5-point game?
Auburn scored points and Alabama didn't.
Yeah. They're quick, right, man. They score fast. When Auburn's hot, Auburn's about as good as anyone in the SEC at least.
Yeah, Auburn's still a really good team. I still thought their offense would score more than they have so far. Mm-hmm. But Alabama is more of an underrated defense as well as a very fast-paced offense. So they're going to be hard to stop in the NCAA tournament. But there's a lot of SEC teams that will be. Teams like LSU have a great chance as well when they're healthy. Mm-hmm. Offensively, they're terrific. But if they're not home, it's a little bit of a different scenario, and that also goes for Alabama as well. These SEC teams are a lot different road and home splits, but I think that goes for a lot of different teams. So we'll have to see what happens as we move forward. I think the conference tournaments are going to be huge moving forward. We'll see what teams can do well when they're not on their home floor, and what teams won't. So I think that might tell us a lot once we go into March Madness here.
I do feel like that will translate from like a COVID season to where like it kind of feels like every home's neutral floor.
Yeah, it's been such a weird season, and I brought this up so many times. Basketball, like you have a ton of fans like kind of on the court making noise more than any other sport. So without fans, it's kind of changing the game a little bit, especially when you bet it. So it's been an interesting season so far, but I think that people are starting to figure out, everything. And I think mainly they're starting to realize like the underdogs are more of the play because the fans aren't really much of a, threat anymore. So like we're seeing Illinois, they're at Michigan and they've held Michigan to 36 points without their best card. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
So
6-4-36.
We got Purdue Fort Wayne now down by 1 with 3:41 to go in that game, just down by 1. So things are looking a little bit better there, but still a sweat because you never know what can happen late in that game with foul shots. But Purdue Fort Wayne looking pretty good right now. Auburn, Alabama is at a timeout right now, the 8-minute mark there. Western Michigan, Northern Illinois, 70-63. So that is 133 points. And that means that Kevin has lost the under 132.5 at minus 107. And he lost that with 3:30 to go in that game. So, there you go. Pretty awful bet there from Kevin. But we've all been there. We've all done that. Still has plenty of bets to go there. But sorry, Kevin, you are now a loser of money off of one game so far.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Again, sports betting is designed for you to lose. So when you win, it's special. And that's why we're here. That's why Kevin and I are here to bring you guys best bets and analysis and ways to profit. And that's what we kind of provide in the Discord and Patreon when it's available in April with baseball. We show you guys how to be a profitable bettor. And that's the main thing that sports betting is designed for you to lose, and we help you guys win. Maybe not every week, maybe not every month, but on an annual basis. That will stand true, and we give it our all. We give it our all, and we hope you guys can see that as well. So that's what we kind of bring to the Discord and Patreon. We give you guys winning bets through an annual period of time, and we teach you guys how to be profitable, and sometimes being profitable is taking less bets, and maybe there's a ton of different ways that you could be profitable as a sports bettor. But again, we teach you guys all that. We have an education series still going on with Kevin as well on our Level Up channel. So if you missed any of those, definitely check them out. We teach you guys again how to be a profitable bettor. We've got Akbar in here. Thank you for everything, my guys, he says. So, yes, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate all of our supporters and subscribers because we wouldn't be here without you guys. And I know Akbar has been there. Like a lot of these guys in the chat have been there throughout it all when it all started with COVID baseball. And here we are, still grinding, still giving you guys great analysis and plays. And we still have all of our supporters here, and we appreciate you guys for that. So as I continue to ramble on, we do have games that are starting to kind of close out a bit. Michigan's just 38 points with 8 minutes to go in that game. So the over in the Michigan-Illinois game is looking worse and worse as the game continues. Nobody would have expected that, but we do have the Auburn-Alabama game, 6:18 to go. It is now a 10-point game. So this is going to be one heck of a sweat for both of you guys. Again, Auburn plus 11 and Alabama minus 10.5. We've got contradicting picks here that could change the outcome of the day, and it's a big one for sure. As the Celtics game goes to halftime, so we're going to change that channel on my TV to the Auburn Alabama game, so I can give you guys delayed play-by-play because I know you guys are definitely watching. And if anybody wants to watch this as well, it is on ESPN2. The Alabama-Auburn game on ESPN2. And I have no idea what channel you guys would have it on because we all have different providers. But go on ESPN2 to watch this game. Alabama fans are going crazy. Yes, Alabama, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Alabama expects to have full capacity in their football stadium by their first game of the season. So that's pretty intriguing, interesting. I don't want to get political at all, but it will definitely be interesting to see if they're able to get that done. But no matter what side you're on politically, I guess it's just good to see.
Refreshing for sure.
It's good. It's optimistic for sure, no matter what side you're on. So I'm an LSU guy. My girlfriend went to LSU, so I hate Alabama with a passion. We say roar Tigers instead of roll Tide. So we roar, we don't roll. So I just want to point that out. But Alabama now up 62-47. Auburn had called a timeout, and that's why the fans were going crazy. I didn't see that when I turned it on, but now I have. So Alabama going on a little bit of a run here. Auburn, smartly called the timeout here, and they'll try to get back in this game and at least cover Alabama's 10-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 34 seconds in that game. Purdue Fort Wayne now down by 4, 2:17 to go, and a steal by Cleveland State here. That's going to come down to the wire 100%. So we'll see how that works out here. So really, those are the two games that we're sweating right now. Of course, the NBA, you look at these games, the Grizzlies, comfortable lead right now. Halftime in the other two games in the NBA. So we're sweating the Alabama-Auburn game, and we are sweating the Purdue-Fort Wayne game. So those are the two games that we are currently watching right now. There's now 1:46 to go in that Purdue-Fort Wayne game. There's a foul on Cleveland State. I'm not sure if it was a shooting foul or a foul on the floor or if anyone's in a bonus or not, but we will find out very shortly. Wow.
Man.
So Auburn just hits a layup, a little jumper. 4:05 to go. Alabama rushing to get back on offense there.
Man, I still can't get over this Illinois-Michigan game. That is something. I could have seen a cover, definitely at least, but goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's a shocker for sure.
I mean, 26 points. Man. Is this their first time playing this season? Couldn't remember.
Who?
Illinois-Michigan. Have they played it? Or I wonder if COVID sat them out. I'm going to look that up.
I don't think so. I think I would have remembered it, but
It's interesting how they don't, like we were talking about earlier, how what's it called? Illinois' big guys, yeah. They can stack up super well with, or I guess other teams in the Big Ten can stack up with them super well, but I guess I don't know. I would guess that's the reason, especially because they're missing their star guard. Why were they able to take them down. And Michigan's supposed to be, the new Gonzaga. So,
yeah, they were just they were bound to lose, and like Gonzaga's, they've had some really kind of ugly first halves in their conference too, but they're just way more superior when the West Coast Conference against the other opponents. Where like if Michigan struggles in the first half, I mean it's the Big Ten. This is the best conference in basketball, so it's kind of impossible to come back compared to if you're in the West Coast Conference. So it's completely different. And but
I disagree about the Big Ten being the best in college basketball. I think the Big 12 is best.
No, I disagree 100%.
Yeah, depth.
But we did watch. Yeah, I mean, look, we did watch the Baylor game just earlier against West Virginia, which was really fun. West Virginia had the chance to win, and Baylor actually covers in overtime on the 4.5 spread, which was pretty crazy and intriguing to say the least. But here,
I'm tempted to just wait for a Big 12 team. They do terrible in the conference tournament, and make the NCAA tournament, and then have a ridiculous price to win it all or make the Final Four.
What I would think, like maybe like an Oklahoma State.
I'm also intrigued by Loyola Chicago.
Yeah, Porter Moser has his guys going, man. They're a great defense. Offensively, they're okay. They're not the best, but because of their defense, their offense does enough. Yeah, they're a heck of a team. They defend extremely well. They're very smart. They're very well coached. Obviously, Porter Moser, really great coach. So yeah, they're a great team, and obviously they've been there before, right? They've been in the tournament and they've done damage before. So definitely a team that can definitely do damage again as well. We're looking at this Cleveland State and IPFW game, and Cleveland State just got the defensive rebound. Looks like 132 to go, but it is just a 2-point game. So you got to hope for a miss if you're Kevin. You have to hope for a make from Cleveland State if you are William. So that's another huge sweat there. And nothing's updating, so I can't tell you guys what the heck's happening until it updates. But I will definitely keep you updated when I get updated.
Yeah, looks like Alabama's starting to pull away. Up 16. There's definitely still a chance, but up 16, that's not a
backdoor cover is not impossible in these types of games for sure. Like if Alabama puts in like their walk-ons like for senior night or something, and then all of a sudden you never know. But
you never know. It's the truth. Man, I remember I bet Florida State for a total team points one game. It's like second half total 2 points. And I remember they were I think it was who was it? A freshman. I don't know. But they got shooting 2 free throws. Made the first one, and the second one would have hit the over. Misses it. Walk-ons come in. And I'm like, like a minute 30 left. And I'm like, dude. But then, walk-on comes in, first possession splashes a 3. And I'm like,
you gotta love it.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
And Florida State's a fun one to watch this year. It was interesting, man.
All right, the third quarter started and the Hawks eat.
All right, so now we're going to be sweating that one as well there if you're Kevin. But I'm still going to be watching that Purdue-Fort Wayne game, see if they cover. I got the Alabama game on right here. They're currently up by 14 with 3 minutes to go. And they just turned the ball over to Auburn. And Auburn's going to go in for a layup and miss that. Alabama will get the rebound there. And no foul called yet. But, okay, so Alabama has the ball. They're going to go lay it up, and it's good. Back to a 16-point game with 2:50 to go for Alabama here. 16-point game. But, again, a couple threes and they're right back in it.
Was it a contested layup he missed at least?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
But I mean, he probably should have still got it, But
yeah,
Auburn gets fouled. They're going to the line for 2 on a shooting foul.
Good stuff. Keep that time, Carlos.
Okay, so the Purdue four-way now game is tied 65 all. Auburn misses their second foul shot. Alabama gets the rebound there. So it's now 15 points, 2:22 to go in that game. Purdue four-way makes both foul shots. Now tie game with 40 seconds to go, but if you're Kevin, you don't want overtime. You want somebody to score a bucket right here, right now. So we will see what
I mean,
happens.
it's overtime. I'm not going to sweat it.
Yeah.
How much shitting the bed can they do in 5 minutes?
I've seen
it, but
especially in the Horizon League, 100%. Just going to point that out, and definitely,
I guess like it's knock on wood, but
yeah. All right, so Alabama just tried to go for a layup, misses, rebound in. Now it is 69 to 52, 17-point game there. Alabama is leading. Auburn with the ball now. Auburn gets the layup and the foul. JT Thor gets the layup. So 69 to 54 with one more to go for Auburn there. Obviously, a timeout in the Purdue game. Oh, it looks like Cleveland State just scored on a jumper, 67-65. So Cleveland State now up by 2. 15 seconds to go in that game. And it looks like another timeout was called. So that's a big jumper there if you're Kevin. $15-point game for Alabama. Alabama with the ball with 1 minute to go. Alabama misses. It's going to be Auburn rebound out of bounds. So it's going to be Auburn ball with a minute to go. Down by 15 with a minute to go. And now it looks like the walk-ons are coming on for Alabama. The walk-ons are now coming on for Alabama.
no.
Come on, baby.
And you got some guys that have never – you can tell I've never seen the court before. It's senior night at Alabama, so they're taking off all the seniors, giving them a warm welcome, and or good goodbye, or warm goodbye, really.
Man, Alabama's walk-ons just always look like, and usually are just like plucked out of the houses.
Oh, of course.
It's like the hair just does it every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's that. 1 minute to go in that game, and it's a 15-point game so far. All right, now that the clock is beginning there. Let's see. Auburn. Looks like Auburn took out their players too, actually. Auburn shoots a 3, misses it. Rebound off Auburn, going to Alabama. So Alabama gets the ball with 42 seconds left. So it, unless there's some craziness, oh my God, Purdue Fort Wayne just hit a layup with 6 seconds to go, and that game is officially going to overtime.
Oh God, so they have 5 minutes to screw it up.
Yep.
Cleveland State, there's no way they're gonna lose.
Cleveland State did have a chance for a layup. Cleveland State had a chance for a layup as time expired and missed that. So, that game is now blocking foul on Auburn here. Alabama to the line with 31 seconds to go. So, going to be pretty, 99.9% chance certain that Alabama does not blow this one. But the Purdue Fort Wayne is definitely up in the air now. Alabama makes the first foul shot, so this game is looking like toast for William, but still got a couple other games to go, and we will see what happens.
Looks like the Heater finally on top. At least I'll take that.
There you go.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's a yeah, okay. It's 13-point game right now. But it's 11.2 seconds to go, so all right. Now that game it ends at 12-point game. Alabama wins by 12 points there. So that is that. And Kevin will get that one. William ends up losing that one by a point. So
Hey,
that is crazy. So that's Alabama's first season sweep of Auburn since 2014, 2015, right there. So it was a good thought there by William. Both of the guys right here had solid looks here, and the game was close throughout.
I think if Auburn was
So,
playing at full strength, they probably would have covered.
yeah, easily.
Hmm.
Sharif Cooper would have scored a ton more points than they were able to. But with that, it is going to be now 3 losses for William. The Clippers first quarter -1. The over 145 in that Michigan game, but I don't think that's officially over. No, it's not officially over.
Pretty official.
Yeah.
Looking pretty official.
Not officially over yet, so we can't say that yet. But Auburn +11 is going to be a loser, and Clippers also lost. But again, William did bring up that Miami is now taking the lead, so plenty of time in that game to see what happens there. And obviously, Kevin has the Hawks in the third quarter. So if the Heat maintain the lead, the Hawks' third quarter will not hit right there. So there is that. What else we got going on?
Grizzlies still looking good. Yeah.
Grizzlies look great. Cleveland State now up by 1. Missed one foul shot, got the other. And it's going to be Purdue Fort Wayne's ball. It looks like Purdue just hit a 3, so now they're up by 4 in overtime with 3:09 to go. That just updated like 100 things at once. Grizzlies still up by 12 with 7:31 to go. The Clippers Celtics game has now just started in their second half, and the Heat Hawks up by 1 in that second half so far. But again, the Hawks.
Heat are up 15-7 in the third quarter. So
Yeah. Yep, there's still time in that game, of course. There's 7 minutes to go. But right now, the Heat are looking a little bit better now for William there, for sure.
and the third quarter just started in the Clippers Celtics game.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see how these games all play out now. So right now, to recap so far, we have Kevin with a loss on the under 132.5 in the Western Michigan NIU game. We have what do we got? We have Alabama -10.5, and that goes to Kevin as a winner. So he's right now 1-1 so far. And then on William's side, he has lost the Auburn +11 and has lost the Clippers first quarter -1. So far 1-1. But again, that over 145 in the Michigan game obviously doesn't look too great right now. But we'll monitor that game with 2 minutes to go. So we'll see what happens there. So far there's 124 points with 2 minutes to go. So could need 21 points in 2 minutes in that game. So definitely doesn't look too promising there. So really, what we'll say is William is now 0-3, and then Kevin is now 1-1 on the day. But these third quarter money lines could be big time for this little game show here, and we'll see what happens moving forward. And of course, a big one that could hit is the Purdue Fort Wayne here for Kevin. That will be huge. We'll see what happens there. We got Jack in the chat saying Auburn choked that so hard. And we got Gray talking about Purdue Fort Wayne in overtime. It's always good to get those big games, tournament games, conference tournament games in overtime. Nothing better than that. We are now in March. It is March 2nd. We're in March, college basketball. And after March, we get baseball. So there's no complaining now. We got some great sport action coming all throughout the entire season. So no complaining now. This is going to be fun. We got 128 points for Illinois, Michigan with 111 to go, but it's a blowout. So just watching that conclusion of the game, but that game is basically over for the over. No pun intended there. It looks like Northern Kentucky defeated Detroit by 1 point. That is crazy finish right there. Purdue Fort Wayne currently up by 3. Looks like it was a foul on Purdue Fort Wayne there. So Cleveland State should get a foul shot. Okay, it's updating quickly now. A 3-point shot for Purdue misses. Rebound on Cleveland State. And then Cleveland State misses the shot, and now Purdue Fort Wayne gets the rebound, and it's a foul on Cleveland State. Again, only 2-point game there for Purdue Fort Wayne, 74-72 with 147 to go. But again, Cleveland State did just foul Purdue Fort Wayne on that game. So far, Level Up Cappers, the record 3-2 so far. So we'll see if Kevin can keep the record going up into profit here. So again, Level Up Cappers now record in the game show. It's 3-2 there. Zane just checking in now. What's up, guys? Just jumped in, but Kevin, right now Zane is asking you, what do you cover in your betting courses?
Well, Jason and I did a couple of videos last week. We're hoping to do some more, basically, how do you manage a bankroll? How do you evaluate the odds to determine when to bet and when to have an edge, such as topics of when to do a money line or when to do a spread. Basically, and, besides that, anything else you're wondering about. But we try and, look at from square one, how to understand the best strategy. We did a good video on how to measure the synthetic hold to figure out what the house edge is, because a good strategy is, before figuring out what you think is going to happen in a game, is to figure out what markets the house has the smallest edge in, and then work from there.
Let's talk about the Purdue Fort Wayne game. Cleveland State, it's now tied 74-74 with 128 to go. Cleveland State just scored a bucket with 128 again. So there is that. A foul on Cleveland State with 59 seconds to go. So again, this is why we do this show. A lot of sweating going on, a lot of excitement going on. So this is why we're here. This is why we do the show, because it's a lot of fun, a lot of sweat right before all the action is over. So this is going to be really fun to see what happens here as we get deeper into these games here. We're looking at the NBA games. You guys still have the Grizzlies. They're up 114 to 100. 3:48 to go for the Grizzlies there. The Clippers up 70 to 67. And that means that so far the Clippers are now up 7-5 in the third quarter right there. Still 7:16 to go in that game. The Hawks are currently up by beating the Heat right now, but the Hawks are down by 6 right now in that game. So again, the Hawks 18-12, they're losing in the third quarter. If you look at Kevin's picks, he does have a couple three-quarter bets here. Hawks in the third quarter and the Clippers in the third quarter. Right now, the Clippers are winning in the third quarter by 2 points, but the Hawks are right now up by 6 points right here in that game. So we'll have to see how the third quarters go here with these two bets. Still looking at this Purdue Fort Wayne game. That's the biggest game right now that we're going to be looking at so far. What do we got going here? 59 seconds to go still with the timeout. So I'm not seeing any updates in this game for Purdue Fort Wayne. Okay, it looks like Purdue Fort Wayne just got 2 foul shots here. So it looks like Purdue Fort Wayne now just got 2 foul shots, 55 seconds to go, and Cleveland State now has the ball with 59 seconds to go. Lots of excitement, lots of fun. But if you're Kevin, you just don't want to see any overtime. You would just want a team to win this game. So we're going to see what happens. Defensive rebound now for Cleveland State. So Purdue Fort Wayne actually is now winning with 34 seconds to go. They just got the ball up by 2. Not sure if you would. I'm not sure if you would. Let's see. I'm not sure if they're going to foul or not. 34 seconds to go in that game. 76-74. So I guess you'd probably have to foul here, knowing there's only 34 seconds to go. So we'll have to see what happens right there. But this is definitely coming down to the wire for sure. It looks like Milwaukee is going to upset Wright State in the Horizon League. That is a huge upset. Definitely wouldn't have expected that at all. So, yeah, that's a huge, huge difference right there. Wright State going to lose to Milwaukee. That's ridiculous. But that's what happened. Okay, it looks like the first overtime is now over. It looks like we're going to double overtime. Double overtime here now.
There are fans of that game.
Yep. So there you have it, 76-76. Going to double overtime in the Horizon League here. And again, don't forget that Kevin does have a play here, IPFW plus 7.5. And it's a tie game now. It's a tie game here. That's been a lot of fun. It's been a great game. But yeah, that's
just
a big one.
Their money line.
Yeah. The Heat are now winning by 4 here. The Heat are up 60-56. The Clippers up 73-69. So so far the Clippers are looking a little bit better than the Hawks look right now in that third quarter right there. Right now the Heat are up 23-12 in the third quarter here. So things aren't looking too great there for Kevin, but still some games to be played. But it looks like the Hawks are not going to be able to win this one, but still other bets can definitely be won there. But it's not looking too great right there. Grizzlies now 116-104, 3:48 to go left. So that looks pretty promising as this game starts to conclude here. Again, the Grizzlies are up 116-104 with 2:48 to go. Jonas had 11 points, but 15 rebounds in that game. Pretty interesting game there from him. 15 rebounds and 11 points there. Had 5 rebounds or 5 fouls in that game, so almost got fouled out there.
Such a sweat.
Okay, here we go. We're still going. So far, we've got the Clippers are currently up by 4 points in the third quarter here, with less than 5 minutes to go right in that game. So this is it's getting down to the wire, man. We have one game that was literally double overtime. So this is crazy, crazy times right now. But it looks like again the Grizzlies are going to be taking the W here for William, which will be his first win of the game of the game show so far. So that's a big one for William here to get that one as the as Washington misses more points here and another rebound for Jonas here. So that's a big one there as well.
And good to see. Yeah, Washington was due. Can only hide for so long before they show their true color.
True.
Yeah.
All right, so we are now in the second half of the Purdue Fort Wayne game, and so far we've got 79-78, and it's Purdue Fort Wayne winning right now with 3:38 to go. Looks like Purdue Fort Wayne just scored another 2 points, so now it's 81-78 there for Purdue Fort Wayne with about 3 minutes to go left in that game. Crazy stuff going on right here. This is really, really crazy stuff. Of course, we have a big game that goes to double overtime. Of course, this happens all the time on all of our shows. We have so many games that become overtime games. It always becomes sweat in these types of games. And
This
game
Clippers
shows.
Celtics third quarter money line is becoming a sweat.
Wow.
They're up 15-12 in the third quarter right now, with 3 minutes left.
Hmm. The Celtics got a lot of guys who can shoot from outside. That's a please. I'll take that. Let's give Jason Tatum to get out of the way.
All right. After a offensive foul on Paul George, he turned the ball over, and now there's a timeout. 2 minutes, 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Clippers 15, Celtics 14.
Wow.
Maybe this will be a good instance where I'm glad I did the money line rather than the spread.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I believe plus 0.5 points was minus 125. And plus 1 was minus 120, which is what the spread was. So I'd rather take the whole point for 13 cents.
Yeah.
Stress ball. Just lost.
All right,
Stress
so
ball.
18 seconds left in the third. It's going to be the Heat now. End up winning the third quarter. So that's a bad bet there. A big loss there. So that is a loss there.
We need a recount.
So the Hawks is a loss now. So we've got 1 and 2 now going for Kevin. And if you're going at William, we got 3 losses and 1 win. So now he's 1 and 3 so far. So we have just Miami to go minus 3.5 for his final bet of the day so far. Right now, the Clippers are now up 15-14 with 3 minutes to go in that game. So there's lots of going on here in this game. I'm not sure who has the lead.
It's going to be a triple overtime.
Actually,
Purdue, Fort Wayne, Cleveland.
this is crazy.
Well, yeah, because they're Cleveland State wants to make the tournament. They have to win this game.
Yeah.
Purdue, Fort Wayne, losing record for the year.
Okay, so it looks like it's a 3-point game, but now we're going to Cleveland State. We're looking for So, hold on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm putting
here.
on that live stream.
You're watching it now?
Yes, 86-85. Free throw attempt. Just tied it up. 59 seconds left. Purdue, Fort Wayne ball.
Oh my god.
And a timeout. I believe Norris Cole went to Cleveland State.
I think he did too. Yeah.
Former Miami Heat. Now he's big on the Asvel EuroLeague team. Asvel Lyon. They're owned by Tony Parker.
Really?
Yeah, and his brother's the coach.
Dang, that's pretty.
And they were one of my picks last week. 14-point spread underdogs. Should have went the money line because they won. Playing Barcelona, where Pau Gasol's playing now, and they thought he was going to be playing that game, and he didn't.
Okay, it looks like.
So Celtics up 17-15.
Yep, and there's just a 3 there.
We got to have a EuroLeague betting show, so I'll win.
And then it looks like back now 2 minutes to go, 81 now 79, and then oh my god, so now it goes back and forth. This is crazy. 20-18 now. And it looks like 1:51 to go. Oh my god.
Okay. Purdue Fort Wayne just hit a wide open 3. 30 seconds left. Cleveland State ball.
Wow.
Shoots a contested 3. Misses. Other guy had a chance for offensive rebound. But he had butterfingers and it slipped into out of bounds. If it was Bam Adebayo, it would have been offensive. It would have been an offensive rebound put back. And now it's under official review.
Oof.
$17 seconds left. What's that song you're listening to?
Who's you talking to me?
Yeah, I heard some song in the background.
It's I guess it's just it's not the game. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's not. It's yeah. There's nothing going on.
Oh, now they're reviewing the play to see if there's a foul.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. So that means that whatever the call was is going to hold up because it's got to be conclusive. I think just for shits and giggles, I want to see a triple overtime game. But imagine if Purdue Fort Wayne made the tournament That's like a 15 seed. I don't know what else you put him at. 14.
Yeah.
Hmm.
22-21 now with 106 to go in the third quarter. It's just and just a three for Boston here. 25-21 now.
Oh no.
I will take that.
A layup there. Now it's 25-23. Missed shot for
Man.
and a rebound.
Luke Kennard foul.
Oh,
See. Yeah, 23-25.
I think they're. Oh no, I don't think they're in the bonus yet.
damn. They were, but they missed.
Yeah, I missed that first free throw.
Yep.
Okay, missed the first free throw.
Man. Let's see.
Let's see about the second one now.
All right, Cleveland State ball. 6.4 seconds left. 89-86.
Oh,
Based on their shot selection before, I don't think they're going to take a good shot. Greg Gordon, what's the rule on OT? Can they just keep going? Yes.
there's OT.
If it's overtime, it goes on until it ends. It's not hockey or football. All right, Jaylen Brown misses shot. Ivaka Zubac, defensive rebound.
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Are they going to make a three? Come on, we need a fucking three.
There it is. So can we see it?
Oh, man.
You missed it?
I think so.
5.2 to go. They just got Tatum
Got foul.
back in. Personal fouls. I think they were not in the bonus, probably. Yeah, they didn't get it. It looks like. Oh, wait. It's a 20,
Oh,
26.
And Cleveland State
God.
hits a bank shot to make a three. Oh, I thought they made they made a three tie game. And it's going to triple overtime for Purdue,
No
Fort
way.
Wayne, Cleveland State.
All right, so the Clippers, they go tied in the.
Yes, they got the
third quarter.
push.
Got the push, yes.
Lou Will, man.
So that's the push.
I wish I didn't love that
They
man
got
so
to go with
much.
the spread.
Dang.
So that's a good lesson. You always want to calculate the value of a full point.
Man, that's clutch.
So that means I'm 1-2-1, waiting on Purdue, Fort Wayne. Who knew it was going to come down to this? And what's Will's record right now?
I'm 1-3. And then with that Heat Hawks game, Heat minus 3.5.
Oh,
Yeah, that's possible, but that push is huge right there. Yeah, that's giant.
well, so I guess if Purdue, Fort Wayne loses and the Heat win, then you win.
Yeah.
If Purdue, Fort Wayne wins, then it's 2-2-1.
Yeah.
And I win, even though we both would be unprofitable for the day.
Oh, well, let's see how the Heat do. What's the score of that Fort Wayne game?
89-89.
Oh, going in
Honor of the year I was born. That's how you know it's a lot of points being scored in college basketball.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can't believe Lou Williams on a 3-pointer decided that bet. But yeah, that was a terrible shot Cleveland State did to tie the game, and they hit it. Like, it wasn't even aimed for the rim. It was aimed for the top of the backboard, hit the top, hits the rim, goes in the basket.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, I do feel comfortable that Purdue Fort Wayne is going to have an 8-point loss. I know it's happened before.
Yeah, that'd be something. That'd really be something. Man.
Well, now Cleveland State up 91-89.
I can't believe this game's in freaking 3 overtime. Wow.
Okay. Purdue Fort Wayne hits a 3-pointer, contested, with not much left on the buzzer, up 92-91. 4 minutes, 6 seconds. Cleveland State ball.
Let's see. I got the game on now in my phone, so we'll watch this one play out. This is so wild. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, the Heat and the Hawks tied 73 apiece. 7 minutes, 28 seconds in the fourth quarter. And you said he had it at a 4-point spread or 2.5 points?
3.5.
Okay, because it dropped to 2 points at game time.
No, that's too bad. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so Cleveland State now 93-92. Cleveland State winning by 1 point with 3:16 to go in that game.
Make that 95-92, Cleveland State.
Oh my
3
god.
minutes left. Maybe I jinxed it and they're going to win by 8.
This is wild. We're less than 3 minutes to go in this game now. 3-point game for Cleveland State. Purdue, 15 seconds left to go in that. Oh my god.
Okay, just fouled.
They're on the
How do we
line
know
for
if it's
2.
1-1 or not? Do they have 1-1s in the overtimes, or is it?
No, it sticks with the second half. So I'm sure they're both probably at 10 each. Wow. All right, so he made the first one.
Mm-hmm. Of course, all the players on the sidelines wearing their masks improperly. Missed the second free throw, 95-93, Cleveland State.
You would pick like the one game that goes to triple overtime.
I think it had a pretty low thrill score, according to Ken Palm.
Right. 97-93.
They miss. 3-point attempt. Purdue Fort Wayne misses. I'm sorry, they didn't miss it. They're up 97-93 with 2 minutes left. And I can't believe. All right, they turned the ball over. The Purdue Fort Wayne fast break.
Wow.
Makes it 95-97 Cleveland State.
I Well, if you had the over 200, you would have won, guys. So
Meanwhile, Hawks up 78-73.
we got Dirko here talking about KBO is back soon. Asking if I'm studying up, and definitely we're all going to be studying for sure. How can we not be there, Dirko? We're going all in with KBO. It's going to be lots of fun, and we're definitely going to be doing a lot of it throughout the entire season, throughout the entire year. We're going to be doing the KBO for sure. CPBL, plenty of action in baseball. It's going to be lots of fun.
All right, 95-99 on the inbound to Purdue Fort Wayne. Layup down the middle, 97-99. 1 minute, 15 seconds left. Cleveland State ball.
This is really ridiculous.
Okay, Cleveland State just got 2 points in the paint, 101-97. Less than a minute to go. Timeout. Purdue Fort Wayne ball, 47.8 seconds left.
Wow.
They might not cover. I'm starting to worry.
This is unbelievable. What a fantastic game.
Ooh, wow. Hawks take a 10-point lead, 5:16 left. Not what you like to see.
Well, I might still have a shot to win if they blow this lead. I like Purdue Fort Wayne until he's covered, so I barely lose anything for the day.
Yeah.
Wow. Trae Young only has 14 points. That is really interesting. I would have thought he had to carry more of a load tonight.
3-point attempt made. Purdue Fort Wayne.
Oh my God!
Now
what a
losing
shot.
by only 1 point. Are we going to get a fourth overtime?
This game's 101 to 100.
Right. Feels like an NBA game.
This is nuts.
Dirko Gaming. He's shouting you out.
Yes, of course, Dirko. I appreciate it, man. It's going to be a great season in baseball for sure. So, really excited. It's going to be a great time, and excited for everyone to follow along and chip away and make some money. I'm excited for sure. All right,
I know
now
for
it's 103
KBO.
to 100 with 25 seconds to go.
KBO, I'm working to find out all the other baseball leagues, the standard deviations, so I can calculate what the run line odds should be. Because sometimes, like when Hanwha was really bad, you can get a +4.5 run line. So now, rather than saying, "Oh, Hanwha's not that bad," I'll be able to put an exact number on what the run line should be. So I'm excited once I finally get the answer.
It's going to be fun.
So yeah, I'm going to find out the standard deviation and try and run some Monte Carlo simulations, which is mathy, but will give you some great picks.
Love it.
CPBL is going to be interesting for Taiwanese baseball because the fielding's so bad and the relief pitching so terrible that you get some crazy scores.
Yeah.
18-10.
That was fun. That was seeing those scores too. It was fun.
Just hoping they have English coverage again.
All right, here we go, man. 103-100 for Cleveland State is winning, and it is Purdue Fort Wayne's ball.
They go for the 2, hit it.
Seconds. They get the rebound. It's good. Now they're saying it didn't get it. Now they're saying it was they're not going to give it to him.
I think I saw them do the traveling signal.
Yeah, looks like that.
Supposedly, the KBO is trying to get ESPN to run their games again.
That sounds fun. I'm down.
Sounds fun.
I do think there's a market out there for a cable TV network dedicated to betting that live streams like over graveyard, shift, like late night or early morning games for people who want to bet all day. Or just want to watch sports all day. But I'm not in the cable business. Maybe I can have James Dolan's job, run the Knicks better, and run a TV station better.
Fair. All right, let's see what's going on now. They're going to give Purdue the shot. They gave him the shot.
All right, they're down by only 1. 15.5 seconds left. Cleveland State ball.
So they're going to foul. And they just dunk it without even fouling. Wow.
Missed the dunk.
12-11.
And Purdue Fort Wayne now up. No, sorry, they're down.
Oh, it's a 1-point game.
1-point game, 7 seconds.
Yeah. Fouled with 6 seconds to go. Wow.
Who knew you would get this excitement
This is
from that game? We would have thought it'd be Illinois, Michigan, if you picked an underdog that big to be that exciting.
So now the Hawks are beating the Heat 88-74 with 3:24 to go in that game. So that Heat bet is looking a little bit harder to cash now for William right there, as he does have the Heat minus 3.5 there.
Yeah, not the best way to close out for sure, but
yeah.
We both were unprofitable today.
Yeah,
it happens.
it happens a lot of the time too.
Sometimes it happens on camera.
Yes.
Just imagine if that Clippers game turned out differently.
True. Yeah, that'd be a sweater for sure. Jeez.
That was the sweat that went my way.
Yeah,
right,
man.
so
It can't do Will, man.
Yep.
Stone Cold Killer.
Yeah, when he's not at strip clubs.
Hey, man, it's the
He's a
wings.
contributor.
It's the wings, baby.
That's right.
Nothing like those Magic City dry rub rings, man. Next level.
I wonder what their business was like after that.
Oh, it has to be insane.
Or more importantly, when people feel comfortable going to places in person.
Yeah.
When people want to get a lap dance without wearing a mask. What their business will be like. I don't know. I've never been to a strip club. I don't think I'm missing out.
Missing out. Gotta get in there.
think sports gambling with data is more of my vice.
All right, so we got 6 seconds to go for Cleveland State.
This is a crazy game.
Cleveland State just got the ball off a turnover with 2 seconds, with 4 seconds to go, and got to the line with 4 seconds to go.
I just can't tag any of these players in a post on Twitter. So I'm worried either they will respond or their mom will, and can't do that to them.
Yeah.
Because I could make money on what they do, but they can't even have nachos tonight.
Sad. Boston's really pulling away from the Clippers right now. 109 to 100 with 5.5 left. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, there's been a lot of games that have been really weird outcomes today. 100%. Okay. So we're gonna the Purdue.
All right, and their celebration on the court.
Yes, IPFW gets the win on the cover. They lose by 4, which does mean that get the dub there. And with the way things are going in the Heat Hawks game, so let's finish off here. We got 1 push, 2 no's, and 2 yeses for Kevin there. He profits 69 cents. Yes, 69 cents. You profited 69 cents.
Good stuff.
Yeah, 69 cents right there. And
what were the most money picks I had?
It was the you had no plus money bet. Oh yeah, you had the 105 Hawks bet that lost.
Yeah.
And then you got for William with Miami, it ended up losing. They're minus 3.5. Currently down by 14 with 147 to go. That means that William will be minus $15.45. So this is going to wrap up here. No matter what happens with the Heat Hawks game, it's over. If Miami were to win, it would be minus $5.90, which means that Kevin has now beat William in the 6th game. So there's that. We appreciate you, William, for giving it a try, and we definitely want to get you on in the future.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, we definitely appreciate your support and appreciate you being here and on the show as well. But Kevin wins the show, and that means 4 cappers have won, and only 2 subscribers have won throughout so far. So Level Up cappers are now currently 4-2 on the game show. So I have 2 guys that have won as other guys that you have subscribers. So anyway, we do appreciate you, William, for taking a stab at it. It was a great show. Some really interesting plays that came out to the wire. It was a lot of fun. But with that, Kevin's going to end up winning this one. So that ends the show. We appreciate everything. Kevin wins. William will be back again in the future for sure. Definitely appreciate all your support throughout this time. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys want to be a part of a show like this, let us know in the Discord. Let me know that you have what it takes and you want to join. Let us know, and we will get you guys on board with that. So next Tuesday, you guys will see Josh Winterwire will take on a different contestant in basketball on next Tuesday. So we will have Game 7. Again, check out that Discord in the description below and join the Discord, of course, and check out all the bets and analysis. But with that, thank you guys for joining, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.
Thanks, Joe.